Well, a very good afternoon to all of you, and thank you very much for taking the time to join us. Join us again here at Ignite. Today we have the pleasure of talking to you about engineering the future in the age of digital product innovation. And for many of you, you would have already heard our Frontier Firm story and what it means to be frontier in this new age of AI. In this session, you'll hear more from us about how the engineering or the design and engineering organization can actually help lead that transformation to become a frontier firm. My name's Simon Floyd. I'm General Manager for Manufacturing and Mobility in the Americas at Microsoft. And today I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by two fantastic partners of ours and most likely partners of yours. First of all, Heather Kerrick, Director of AI Software Development at Autodesk, and Dennis Götting, Principal AI Product Manager at PTC. Just a quick reminder that we are under safe harbor here, that we may be making a few forward-looking statements, and of course we don't expect that you would then be making an investment choice based on these, and please keep in mind that we may be sort of changing some of these things as we go forward, but in the spirit of sharing with you, just please keep this in mind. Okay, so I started by saying that you would have heard this Frontier Firm story from us. Maybe this is something that you've heard maybe over the past 6 months from us in particular. But have you heard the story about what it means to be industrial frontier? And that's what we hope to talk to you about today. What we really think that this means is that it's comprised of three major factors. The first one being that the organization that leads with AI needs on-tap intelligence. It's absolutely critical. And in any engineering function, if that's you actually in the audience today, if you're in an engineering function, you know full well that for you to make a decision about any design work that you're doing, you need to understand the value chain. That the information is not just all facts and figures or specifications, but lead times, availabilities, quantities that need to be considered before you can make that decision. That old adage that 80% of product cost is determined in the first 20% of a project has not changed in this world. And so very important that in this particular role that you have access to information and more importantly, intelligence. The other thing too, as a former engineer myself, the one thing that we all love to do is not have to work so hard on all the things which are non-value added, and this is where an agent can be your best assistant. All the process-centric things that you have to do in your day, or a lot of the sort of actions that you would need to take in order to be compliant, allow an agent to take on that particular task for you. It should come very naturally to this audience. I think we all think about different ways that we can automate some tasks as we go through our days. And the final thing, which is really important, and perhaps the most important thing about being frontier in an industrial world, is moving away from organizational boundaries and focusing in on just outcomes in particular. The wonderful thing about AI, it does not have politics. It does not care. It just actions what it's told to do, and it does it every single time. So if you want to break down organizational barriers, you can do that with AI, and agents are exceptional at moving information around and doing it with intelligence and doing it with domain knowledge behind it. So kind of in total, if you're thinking about how to frame this as something that you would go forward to your own executive team, or perhaps it's something within your own boundaries, then really these 3 points are going to be top of mind for you. How to have intelligence that will be on tap for all of your organization and your engineers in particular, how to lead with agents that help humans in their work, and finally focusing more on outcomes and overcoming the barriers of your own organization. There's really two major parts of the organization that we see over and over leading with this new kind of frontier strategy, if you would like to call it that. We see it in engineering and we see it in operations. We see it covering a majority of the new product introduction cycle. So we see it from concept all the way through to sort of supply chain choices or supply chain management. We see it going all the way through. And each of these categories, we have any number of different use cases that organizations are asking for. They're kind of coming to us and saying, is there a way that I can enable AI to take on some of these tasks? Or perhaps I've got a staffing shortage, or perhaps I can't quite get people to join the company as quickly as I need. I need more skills to help my people move through their work without delay. So we're really seeing it in these two major categories, and it's one of the reasons why we wanted to tell this story to you today, is that maybe for many you think it's sort of focused more perhaps on like finance or general productivity, but actually for an industrial organization it can begin right here. It's at the heart of the business, whether you're designing it or whether you're making it, depending on your focus or both. This is really the right place to begin, we feel. Now the really good news is that you are not alone. And certainly for my team, and a question that I'm asked often, who else is doing this and how successful are they being? I think what's really wonderful about this new kind of AI era is this desire to all learn from each other. Maybe some of it is going into the safety zone a little bit. If someone else has done it, then I know with confidence I can do it too. But actually in this particular industry, or if you think about it as being a sector, the confidence for AI is extremely high. We see less of that, I have to see a buddy do it before I need to do it. It's more, I want to learn and see if that's something I can add to what I'm already working on. And I'd be happy to go and share with others. It's the reason why we can't keep track of this slide for any more than about a month before we have to populate it with something new, and we feel very privileged to have that. And it's because of your great work, the things that you're doing in order to move forward. And we could take any number of these statistics and we could go into the depth of how that they are actually accomplished. That's something else that we've become very skilled at, is being able to explain how some of these metrics were accomplished, because that's very important for an organization to learn as well. Now, in order to get there, we really believe that there are 3 steps, and I myself would feel incredibly confident that at least one of these steps you've already accomplished in your journey. And it's this one. It's the first phase. I'm sure for many of you, you've already thought, how can I just help my people in their daily jobs? How can I even help myself? There's nothing wrong with that. Many of us start here because it's very immediate. But also we don't have to go through organisational barriers, because we can begin that work on our own. And for an engineer, sometimes it can be very personal. You are working on something very specifically, and you would like to accelerate that process or make it easier on you so you can focus on the things which are more highly value added. That's why we think that every engineer can have this assistant working with them. And that can be a dynamic assistant. It can be something that you define over time. That's one of the great powers of having an agent. Now, the second is more at the organisational level, when everybody begins to follow the lead. It's not just the engineering organisation leading now, but maybe operations is following with you, or supply chain in particular is following with you, procurement and other parts of the organisation, quality as an example. It's where they are also finding the different ways that they can orchestrate their work, the ways they can optimise their own processes. One of the favourite ones for my team when we get asked this question, how can we apply AI to an existing process? The first thing we do is say, rethink the process. Probably the worst thing you can do is take a 10-step process and put AI on all 10 steps. Worst thing you can do. When you start thinking about the ways that AI can transform that process, maybe it needs to only be 3 now instead of being 10. That's the type of thinking that we need to have and bring to the table. Now, phase 3, really our ultimate phase, is where the entire organisation is using AI as a strategic advantage for them. It's where people have got command and control over any number of agents to help perform any of the tasks of the organisation, complete entire processes together. It's a really, really easy way to think about transforming the business. It's a very, very accomplishable way of doing that too. It's not something that's going to be science fiction for you anymore. It's within range. It's definitely on the radar, and it's getting louder and louder as we proceed forward. I would predict by mid of 2026, this slide will be obsolete. Most people will already be there. It will just be their new status quo. Now, backing that and supporting that is the work that many of our customers have done, and we've got 4 really great examples here I just want to talk to you about very briefly. The first one I love in particular is Harting, because they've taken their product configurator to a whole new level by applying AI to it. You can ask for something and it will return it to you. But if they don't have it, they'll build it in the background very quickly for you. And it's like near instantaneous. It's incredible. Or Cronus, that's taken simulation to a new level by using AI for physics and maybe getting 1000x performance increase because they're using AI to get to an answer rather than just relying on high performance computing. Or KUKA, that's using AI to accelerate programming of robots. Them onto themselves are using new sensors with AI behind them in order to do cognition and to do something like self-repair or be able to move forward. And then finally, an organization like Rolls-Royce that's using AI for inspection and using it to facilitate their digital thread. Now, of course, on here, you should see your partners like I see mine. And that's one of our goals, is to make sure that everybody in the ecosystem is moving along with us so that you can maximize your investment in Microsoft, you can maximize your investment in becoming Frontier. And importantly, today, I'm extremely excited and I feel very well supported to have Autodesk and PTC with me. So without further ado, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Heather from Autodesk to the stage. Thank you very much for joining us today. Heather, thanks so much, and over to you.
Thank you, Simon. Hello, I'm Heather from Autodesk. So, for those of you who may not know us, Autodesk is a design and make platform company. We make software that helps innovators design, build, and manufacture just about anything you could imagine. We serve multiple industries. We serve architecture, engineering, and construction, media and entertainment, and product design and manufacturing. So, not surprisingly for this session, I'll be focusing on the product design and manufacturing part. Autodesk Fusion is our platform to connect the entire product development lifecycle across every stage. This is a single platform where all of those different roles can collaborate together on a single source of truth. And we see that AI has the potential to disrupt every single one of these stages. Throughout the history of Autodesk's industry, there have been paradigm shifts in software that opened up totally new ways of working. We started with 3D parametrics, then when CAD moved into desktop, then to the cloud, and now we're at the next paradigm shift with generative AI, where we can start unlocking new levels of productivity. Talk of paradigm shifts and transformation can be a little hand-wavy and a little nerve-wracking, but it's also incredibly exciting. All of you in the manufacturing industry are facing some really tough challenges. Designers and manufacturers today spend a lot of their time battling complexity and performing repetitive tasks. Things like searching for parts, unintentionally duplicating effort, and performing a lot of what we call same but different workflows, where the broad strokes of the process are the same and repetitive, but the devilish details are unique and require you to do the same thing over and over again. Things like creating drawings or encoding a manufacturing process of similar families of parts would be examples of these same but different workflows. So at Autodesk, we're focused on how this new paradigm shift can help tackle those productivity challenges and create value for you all. Similar to Simon's three-phase approach, we also see kind of a three-phase roadmap unfolding before us that we are calling tasks, workflows, and systems. So these phases are not mutually exclusive or perfectly linear, but we do see how they can accumulate and build together on one another. And frontier models and AI agents are key across all of these steps. So simply put, task automation would deliver productivity by replacing or wholly eliminating individual steps in a process. A workflow is when you take multiple task automations together and combine them into a workflow. And then multiple workflows together can combine to form a system. So Autodesk has been on this AI journey for a few years now, and so we already have some task automations like some of these in product today, and a few are coming soon. Many of these capabilities can be accessed through Autodesk Assistant, which is your agentic AI partner for design and make. I'm excited to share a few demonstrations of these in a minute. But first, I mentioned the hand waviness. Looking ahead, I want to try to get a little more concrete about what we mean by workflows. We're starting to explore how tasks like the ones I just shared can be combined. So one example would be things like prompt to design. You can use something like the neural CAD foundation models that we're training ourselves, or AI agents that know how to operate CAD tools to start creating 3D geometry directly. We see a lot of workflows or potential around data, converging requirements, PLM, and even supply chain considerations, and the ability to automate tasks across manufacturing and operations. So now for the best part, I get to show you some automations in practice, starting with Vault Search. So we are making Vault's powerful search and automation capabilities even better and faster to use. So now users can chat directly with Autodesk Assistant to quickly find information, learn new features, and even trigger some automated workflows. This means faster access to the right data, smarter action suggestions, and helpful insights to improve daily design productivity. So Vault is our desktop product for data management, and we're also putting some AI in our cloud. So in our cloud platform, you can also search, modify, and update your Fusion Cloud data. So we have a Fusion Data MCP that connects Fusion Cloud data with MCP clients. This makes it easy for you to search for data, modify property, things like your bill of materials or BOM, information directly. We will have this MCP server integrated directly into Autodesk Assistant, as shown in the video to your left, and then also as a public MCP server that you could connect to an AI agent tool of your choice. And I mentioned those same but different workflows earlier. Fusion Systems Modeler will help with those. It will enable you to set up features, so in manufacturing, things like pockets and drilled holes. So apologies, you probably can't read all the details here, but in this video, the demo is adding hole recognition logic. So it's adding some logic to recognize holes and then connecting it to information about your tool library. And so, sorry, this is how quickly it would go as you were running it yourself. These features get run through the modeler, which can automate adapting downstream tasks like the manufacturing instructions, which are now generated here. And then if you move over to a similar but different part, you can run through the exact same system modeler, and it will run through all of those steps and make the necessary adaptations for you. And finally, I'm very excited to highlight a collaboration that we have with Microsoft. So together, we have enabled new workflows for the creation of high-quality AI-generated product imagery and PowerPoints. So watching here, through prompts in Autodesk Assistant, we can generate some high-quality product imagery showing variations like materials and colors. So here we got a nice rose gold example and a gray one with some nice yellow. And now the user is asking Autodesk Assistant to help put this air fryer in other kitchens, for example. So it's going to think for a second, work with one of the models provided by Microsoft, and now you can see this example in a modern kitchen and a more rustic kitchen. And this is the kind of thing that someone would need to make a product review document. So now we can also send this information over to our AI agent and generate a PowerPoint. So all of the images that were created by the AI get compiled. The AI will look at all of the information that it has about this product and will infer some potential pitch information. It'll grab all the information to make little bullets and slides. And so now we can open our PowerPoint presentation and bam. There is now a design review that you can use and build off of using all of the images that we created together with Autodesk Assistant. So the aggregation of these images is used for design review. And this has been a great collaboration with Microsoft, so thank you for that. So I'll close quickly with a look at what's next. So I mentioned the Fusion Data MCP server. Autodesk has a few other MCP servers in the works and that we're looking to offer publicly so you can connect them to tools of your choice. And we recently shared a demonstration of our NeuralCAD generative AI models. And we're working on unlocking new automations with this technology. Autodesk has been investing in AI research for the last 10 years, and we plan to continue to shape where the industry is going with partners like Microsoft. Thank you very much, and now I will move back to Simon.
Perfect. Thanks again, thanks, appreciate that. Oh, goodness me, if only I had that 25 years ago. If only I had it 15 years ago. No, that wouldn't have been no good because I was working at Microsoft then. But when I had a different type of job where I needed this sort of thing, just imagine the possibilities. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. There were things there that I think in days gone by we would write macros for, or some of you may have written Lisp for, just to try and get some automation so you could get back to your primary work. With this, it's exemplary. In fact, there was one that really resonated with me. Design this product and try it in these different environments to see if I've styled it correctly. Have I got the right type of colors behind it and so on? It's remarkable. It's just at your fingertips now. You ask for it, it gives it back to you, take a decision, and you move on. I don't think I've seen a better example yet of what you can do with this technology in this space. It's absolutely remarkable. For anyone that you find that's kind of a, maybe a naysayer on AI, you could show them this capability, and I'm sure that they, especially if they've done this type of job before, but I'm sure that they would be able to see how this is like an instant productivity gain, but more so. For me, it's about building competitive advantage. The more that you can do, the more iterations, the more that you can come up with different alternatives, and you can circulate that within the organization or within your own mind, the more powerful you will be in the market without question. And for many countries around the world that are competing with the United States, or they might be competing with you if you come from Europe or Asia Pacific or wherever it may be, the international competition is really, really heating up. And one way to create that advantage for you in your market or internationally is to take advantage of these capabilities. It's way beyond just your own world now. It's something that can be much bigger indeed. So the great thing is that there's more to the story. There's so much more to talk about. And that's why I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Dennis and Brian from PTC to come and talk to us about what happens next. Gentlemen.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Dennis Götting. I'm AI Product Manager from PTC. I'm here today with my amazing colleague, Brian Moosman. We want to share today the vision about how AI can unleash the potential for change management across traditional ERP and PLM boundaries. Now, PTC and Microsoft have been in a successful partnership for more than 7 years, and both companies are now combining the best of their capabilities in a totally new way. With this, we help our customers achieve their goals and accelerate their businesses. PTC has 40 years of experience and expertise in building cutting-edge industry and manufacturing software. This is now integrated with the high standards of enterprise cloud security, privacy, and compliance provided by Microsoft. Together, thanks to this partnership, we can help our customers digitally transform their business and build the cross-product digital thread with just using standard solutions. We're also deeply honored to have received the Microsoft Partner Award, which recognizes the strength and innovation of our collaboration. Change process, as seen in this graphic, spans all the way from problem report to implementation across different enterprise systems, teams, and processes. But with modern products becoming more and more complex, with new regulatory requirements surfacing, but also with supply chain disruptions, it's increasingly challenging to manage changes efficiently and ensure that quality, compliance, and time to market are maintained. Let's look at 5 pain points every customer that has an ERP and PLM system can actually relate to. Fragmented workflows across PLM and ERP slow down product change execution times. Manual tasks like drafting problem reports, validating data, and assessing changes are repetitive, error-prone, and time-consuming. Then we have misdependencies in bill of materials, CAD structures, in documents and inventory. These lead to costly oversights and costly reworks. Repeating mistakes from the past lead to costly delays, scrap of inventory, and consumer dissatisfaction. And disconnected systems result in slow release cycles and data inconsistency. So in the ledger of business history, the winners are not those who change the most, but those who change the smartest. To address these problems, we introduce the AI-powered change management. As seen here, AI agents are embedded right into the workflow to automate repetitive tasks, to improve data quality, to accelerate release timelines, and enhance cross-system integration. You can see here agents from PTC and Microsoft as they work as one team, and they're doing real work together. In the demo we're about to show, you will see problem reports authored in Copilot, AI agents embedded in enterprise workflows across Windchill, PLM, and Dynamics ERP. AI agents that can automatically identify impacted items, estimate cost impacts, and check for common design issues, and how we leverage AI to integrate ERP and PLM system. With that, I'm handing it over to Brian.
Cool. Thanks, Dennis. These capabilities are best illustrated through an example, so let's dive in. This is XYZ CubeSats, a fictional company that manufactures small satellites for communication and imagery. Their newest product, the Matterhorn satellite system, experienced a failure during thermal vacuum testing. This issue may delay them months, causing them to miss their customer's launch date and pushing the project over budget. But thanks to the cutting-edge AI agents from Microsoft and PTC, XYZ CubeSats is ready to turn this setback into a rapid recovery. Let's see these agents in action. Paul, the manufacturing lead, was running the test when the failure occurred. To rapidly report the problem to engineering, he can use the problem report drafting agent in Microsoft Teams from his computer or even mobile device. This agent collaborates with Paul to co-author a useful, accurate, and context-enriched report in seconds without the need to switch to Windchill. After helping create an initial draft, the agent enriches the problem report with existing information found in emails, chats, and meeting transcripts. It locates relevant parts in Windchill and attaches them. It also verifies the report, ensuring it follows set rules like providing clear descriptions, defining reproducible steps, and checking the quality of images provided. Once Paul accepts the report, the agent saves it into Windchill and notifies pertinent stakeholders of the newly created Windchill problem report through Microsoft Teams. Armand, the engineering lead, receives the notification and confirms the urgency. With a single click, he can view the problem report directly inside of Windchill, the system of record, and access related design artifacts. After investigation, Armand determines the issue is likely caused by pure tin solder whiskers, a phenomenon known to cause electrical shorts in vacuum environments. He creates the new engineering change request in Windchill and proposes replacing the connector with a version that does not use pure tin solder. After entering the change, Armand opens the new Agentic Workflow tab, where agents are now embedded in PLM as part of the standard engineering process. In the Agentic Workflow Integrator, he can add new agents, including custom agents, to solve enterprise-specific issues. The first agent embedded in the workflow today is the Change Impact Agent. This tool searches the project's bill of materials and product structure to identify all impacted items and documents. The results appear in the center panel for quick verification. This agent uses a supervised self-driving pattern where the AI completes the task autonomously, but Armand verifies items before they are officially attached to the change request. In this case, the AI identifies the Star Tracker card assembly, cable assembly, and board connector. He can expand any entry to see the AI's reasoning and reject items that don't apply. This accelerates an analysis that would normally take a week to mere minutes. Next is the Manufacturing Impact Agent. This tool connects to Microsoft Dynamics ERP system to identify impacted items, check inventory levels, and estimate the total cost impact of the change. This agent doesn't just look up data in the ERP system. It estimates future costs and creates an inventory disposition plan, helping recommend what to do with existing inventory. Armand can interact with the agent like a coworker, asking it to update costs based on a recent quote from the supplier. Once he verifies all cost estimates, he saves the results back to the change request so the change control board can make a cost-informed decision when they approve or reject the change. The last agent in the change request workflow is the Design Check Agent. This agent screens the change request against previous issues that affected product quality or impacted company costs. During the request phase, Armand is reminded to apply lessons learned, such as using uniquely keyed connectors that prevent incorrect installation, to avoid rework cycles during change notice approval. Moving ahead in the process, Armand has completed the design work and routed the change for approval. The Design Check Agent in the change notice workflow now performs a verification that lessons learned have been addressed and documented. It discovers that PCB manufacturing file versions do not match released models. Armand corrects the issue and reruns the check, avoiding a mistake that could have caused significant delays and cost thousands of dollars from ordering the wrong parts. After approval by the Change Control Board in Windchill, the PLM to ERP integration agent executes. Unlike traditional hard-coded integrations, this relies on agentic technology to integrate PLM and ERP systems. This vastly reduces implementation costs, lowering the barrier of entry. AI agents also provide robust error handling capabilities and recovery with the ability to think and debug errors. Additionally, this agent streamlines cross-functional communication, automatically notifying stakeholders and proactively contacting the individual who needs to take the next step in the process, starting with the purchase order. This accelerates processes prone to delays due to multiple handoffs and unread emails. What used to take days to get inventory on order now takes about an hour, thanks to AI automating data transfer and coordinating teams. By leveraging the agentic network built by PTC and Microsoft, XYZ CubeSats met its customer launch commitment, resolving difficult technical problems with unprecedented speed and quality. This approach accelerates the ability to respond to unexpected issues and delivers measurable savings to the bottom line. This is the future, accelerating innovation and delivering products faster through AI-powered workflows. Back to you, Dennis.
Thank you, Brian. As we see, AI is not a minor enhancement to change management, it's a game changer. Integrating AI right into the process changes fundamentally the way the change management is being done today. This unlocks real, measurable benefits. These agents generate real monetization of AI and return on investment with quantifiable labor offsets. By using AI to give helpful insights and double-check work, teams can avoid making repeating mistakes. This means higher quality products and reducing unexpected costs for the company's financial bottom line. Also think about how different each and every single change is. To keep up, we needed to find a solution that is as adaptable and as dynamic as the changes themselves. And only AI is capable of doing this. We've provided you a few examples of agents, but we're working to create a framework allowing you to include agents built by PTC and Microsoft, but also custom agents specialized to your business and needs. The future is agentic. Let's dive into 3 stages with more detail. Turbocharge workers. Think of how AI enables today's workers to do their work more efficiently and smarter. AI agents can observe, they can think, they can share valuable insights, but also do repetitive tasks. And this frees up the human worker to do higher value tasks. They're not just small programs working as part of the workflow, they're becoming your teammates that work towards the same goals than you. The next level is about AI helping raise enterprise IQ by breaking down the barrier between different systems, making them work seamlessly together. Think of it like the digital thread. This provides higher value insights, accelerate business and teamwork across systems. And like the next level is reimagining how we do product development with these new capabilities. This is where agents work in a network, cross-domain in iterative processes, collapsing execution times, and where users basically become the orchestrator of these agentic teams. Today, we have seen how AI agents can revolutionize change management as they become teammates doing actual work and how they can close the gap between PLM and ERP systems. If you'd like to explore these ideas further, we'd love to keep the conversation going. Visit us at our booth or contact us at PTC. Thank you very much. Back to Simon.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Goodness me, there was so much to unpack in that. It was just incredible, and a couple of things I'd like to highlight. One thing you saw there, which I thought was really worth pointing out, was the integration of those agents sitting inside of Microsoft Teams. Now, for many of you, you might think, well, of course, it seems just very natural to have that. For others, you might be thinking, oh, that's actually kind of transformative because now I can bring this type of PLM domain knowledge to non-PLM people that need to understand something about the product lifecycle. It's a model that we've been advocating for, is bring the agent to where people work in the tools that they work with. And this is what I like so much about what we've seen between Autodesk PTC today, is that you have the agents embedded into their tools, which are very domain-centric. These are the expert systems that you're working in. But at the same time, you can have agents which operate for the enterprise that can be in more of an enterprise tool. Something else I saw there, I don't know if you caught it as well, but I saw the opportunity to build an agent. I was looking at it and I was thinking, why not build an agent that stops you from specifying that through-hole connector with a tin-based solder? I'd build an agent for that. You could build an agent for that because you have the domain knowledge behind it. Have it go in and check for you so that that doesn't ever happen again. Maybe it takes the first time for you. You put that thing into space or it doesn't test in a vacuum. Let's hope that you did the vacuum test before you put it in space. You work out that's a problem, you instantly create an agent. And you deploy it for everybody so that that mistake doesn't happen again, especially for those who may be fresh into role, fresh into company, or fresh into skill. That would be absolutely incredible for them. Your agents can be experts. The other practice I saw there, which I thought was also really good, because it kind of like it follows something that we advocate. Don't make the agents do too much. Make them do small things very, very well and have them orchestrate with each other. It's a really great practice. If you have tried this yourself, you may have got results you weren't looking for. You're asking too much. You probably created this enormous prompt and it did the best that it could. Break it down like you would break it down if you were a person, like you would break it down if you were forming a team. Hopefully you wouldn't stress one person out with this enormous workload and expect great results. You would maybe take it to 3 people or 4 people and you would have them all be experts and be excellent at what they do, but you would want them to collaborate and work together. Your agents are going to be the same. I thought it was just a wonderful, wonderful example, and I was so happy to see this. And once again, I feel so energized. I'm wondering if I should leave Microsoft and I should go back into manufacturing so I can use these tools. It's a really, really exciting time. So maybe I'll just do a quick kind of like recap for you, just so that we can kind of leave, if you like, with this sort of strategy in mind. The first one is to help the people that are right there with you today. It's going to be you. You are those people. Help yourself by building those assistants and build them for other people in the organization. Build an expert that's going to help you with that little through-hole manufacturing problem. Build that agent, and it can be assistant for someone who does not know. More than that, build all the agents in a process or a workflow and have them orchestrate for you to do the hard work so that you can use your own human cognition in a new way. Stop wasting it on things that an agent can do. Move your intelligence into a whole new era. And then finally, build out the organization in a way that it can orchestrate at scale with agents. It is the new frontier to competitiveness. This is the way that we bring innovation back, I feel. It can be an incredible advantage for any organization, not just those which are industrial. Finally, I'd like to make a couple of quick points. One is that this is not the end of the conversation for us. We would love to have more of a conversation with you, and I know that Autodesk and PTC would love to have another conversation with you about this, and together we would want to have that conversation. This is such an incredible area. It's wide open at the moment that we should be talking about the different ways that we can help your organization to move forward. You're not alone. We have the experience and we have the, if you like, the practices that we can bring to bear so that you don't have to do so much hard work in order to make this a reality for your own organization. There are some very simple steps that you can take. One is to look at all the use cases we've already built, and we have them really well documented because so many of you have asked that question. What else could I do? Who else is doing this? What really works in an organization? We have those answers. Next to that, we need to make sure that you are ready for AI, and one of the best signals for that is your data ready for AI. I reflect often on a great customer of mine, a great partner of mine, that started off saying, we're not getting the results we want from AI, Simon, I'm sorry. It was like a horrible day for me. I had to ask the question, what data is the AI looking at? And they said, oh, okay, yeah, well, maybe our data is the problem. So, well, maybe the data is. Sometimes we need to go there. We have to go to just the core. What information is it looking at? How ready is it? How clean is it? Some of these things, they have to be done. But it doesn't have to be a chore because we also have AI tools to help you get there. So it's not as if we're leaving you with like an impossible task. We've got these ways that you can move forward incrementally and increase the quality of your data, bring new data to the table and make your AI significantly smarter. Finally, I would say that we also need to document what is the ROI, and I would ask all of you not to think about it so deeply to create the world's biggest formula for ROI that you can't achieve it. That's not the goal. Our goal is to start small and start incrementally, and then you will get to that value. One of the bigger mistakes we see organizations make is expect too much from their AI investment to begin with. It is a journey. It might only be a 6-month journey. It could be a 6-week journey for you, but it will be there. The good thing is at the end of the day, we see the results. We know that they're there. And we're not just saying this to you as a stalling tactic. We're saying it to you because it's truth. And having that type of knowledge can often help your organization move forward too. And then finally, last phase is to build them and test them, put them into place. And we've found that in this particular case, even if it's not perfect, getting it in front of people so that they can change the way they work is absolutely invaluable. And then go through that incremental, that sort of continuous improvement that you would naturally do anyway, do them with your agents. I have done this personally. I wrote one because quite often I get asked questions. Tell me the latest about high-performance computing, Simon. Tell me the latest about AI Foundry, Simon. And it's really hard to keep up. And so I made an agent that would look through all of our information to give me those answers so I could do that on the fly. I just really wanted to be smarter and I didn't have the time to go through all of this information. It's coming so quickly now, you almost can't keep up. I built that agent. I built that agent actually in 5 minutes. I built it really quick. Quality was about 5 minutes worth, to be quite honest. But then I went back and I did it again and again and again until I got to one where I felt like now it's really telling me lots of things which are important. And I fine-tuned it. I said, give me information like I'm talking to someone on the telephone. And it gave it to me. Normally I'm talking on Teams, but it understood telephone, so I said, let's go with that. But you understand how that can work for you. It becomes very context sensitive now. Give it to me the way that I need it for the purpose that I have in this particular moment. And then I created another agent on top of the same data for a different purpose. Once you get started, you won't know where to stop. That's the thing that's really wonderful about this. So if you have a moment, you can scan these codes and we'd be delighted to talk to you. You can always visit us at the Innovation Hub. We're there to talk to you about what you're doing in your organization, to learn about your particular goals and how we can help you, maybe bridge the gap. It's sometimes difficult to understand all the different types of technologies and all the partners that are working behind them. We can help you, we can answer some of those questions for you. So finally, we really hope we did a good job for you today. And I really did appreciate having Autodesk and PTC join me. They made the session great. I hope you felt they made the session great for you as well. And so please do give us the feedback. It is very important for the next one that we do for you and for the next time that we work with you. Thank you again for taking time out of your day, for taking a little sliver of time out of your life to spend with us. We hope that this has been a valuable investment for you, and we certainly hope that you'll be able to move forward with something that will help you in your work and in your daily lives. With that, thank you very much. Hope you have a great day.